Hey guys, welcome back to Data Products. In this video, we're going to finish up, I promise we'll finish up, our word combinations analysis and sentiment analysis. So you watched the first two videos likely. If not, you probably should, so you know what we're doing. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so we finished up the last time by looking at these negating words and what the actual follow-up words were and what their contribution was to our sentiment analysis. So now we're going to visualize a network of bigrams with gggraph. So I'll explain this visually once we get it, show you what's kind of going on here. So we're going to use a library called igraph, and we're going to do bigram counts. We're going to print that so we can kind of see what's going on, and we're going to make a graph, bigram graph, where we do bigram counts, and then pipe down, filter n is greater than 20 because we won't fit every word on there. So if there's only a single word association, we don't want to graph it from data frame, so we have to tell it what kind of input information we're getting in the bigram graph, and then we'll print it. Easy enough. What did I do wrong? Let's see. Okay, so we have our bigram. It's all spelled right, I'm sure. Comparison is only upon atomic and list types. What is our bigram graph? Or our bigram counts? Let's rerun bigram counts real quick. Where did we have that? It was right there, but I don't think that's, I think I saved it over the variable. Well, maybe not. Let's double check here. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what it might be? For some reason it's not counting that. it's gotta be this. Alright, we got it. Let's try it now. There we go. Okay, so, so the problem is we use the same word, or we define bigram counts twice. So we need this command here to get it back to bigram counts because there was no count data in here. Now we have count data in bigram counts. Okay, so let's keep going here. So let's actually, so we can see the combinations. This is just kind of our edges for our graph. So let's actually put them onto a graph here. So library GG graph or ggraph. We're going to set our seed to 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have reproducible random numbers, ggraph, and we're going to do bigram graph, and our layout is going to equal fr genome edge link and genome node point, and genome node text aesthetic label equals name, just equals 1, h just equals 1. Alright, so let's graph that guy. And so what you can see that we have here is, oops, can I pop this out? Can I make it bigger? It's really stretched there. What happens if I do this? Okay. Oh, it made the text real small. That's weird that it does that. There we go. You can still, you'll have the same graph on yours. So this gives us relationship data for all the different words, right? So words that are in bigrams, in multiple different bigrams, we've put together. So we have sexual, right? So sexual characters, secondary sexual, sexual difference, sexual selection, sexual differences. You can see that sexual is a word that's common to this book, that's explains it a lot, right? Because we did the TF minus IDF. And it's related to all these different words that are also words that explain this book. So you can also see, and we call these, so there's a lot of stuff with like network theory when you get into gene expression and gene networks in biology. And so we call this, these are hubs, and each where you have one single thing coming off is a spoke, so it's like a spoken wheel or a hub. Dull colored, brilliantly colored, brightly colored, bright colored. So colored is a very important word because it is a hub, and all these other explaining words are related to it. Domestic breeds, domestic animals, domestic animals, domesticated animals, lower animals, Captain Fitz or Roy Fitz for the journey of the voyage of the Beagle. So that's cool. So we can visualize that. So let's do one more. We can also add directionality to this network. So let's do set seed, and we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Let's do A is grid colon arrow type equals closed, length equals unit 0.15 and inches, and then gggraph. See, is this the same? No, this is different. Okay. Ggraph by gram graph layout equals fr, and then geom edge link aesthetic edge alpha equals n show comma show legend equals false, arrow equals a, and cap equals circle 0.7 inches, and geom node point color equals light blue, size equals 5, and geom node text aesthetic label equals name, ejust equals 1, hjust equals 1. Then lastly, theme, we'll say void. So get rid of the theme. Alright. No typo, no typo. Oh, there's a typo. I expected comma. Geom node point. Where do I geom node point? Color equals light blue, size equals 5. That should be right. That's right, geom node point. Color equals light blue. Size equals 5. Geom text. Oh, it's right here. So this should be a parentheses. Layout, not layover. Oh my gosh, theme void. Typos. There we go. Okay, so now what we've done is wait, what's going on? Something else is messed up here. We're missing something. There we go. Okay, so there's something missing, but I cheated at copy and paste. So make sure your text matches that up there. Okay. Oh, weird. So it's when it pops out, it doesn't show the connections. So as you can see, I'm not sure why when you make this big, it gets rid of one of the aesthetics like that. So you can see them briefly when they pop up. So this must be an RStudio issue. But what we've done is, first of all, I'm gonna change geonode point. We're gonna change this to 3. So why did that change? There we go. Okay, so you can see it a bit better. So essentially what we've made is this same graph, but what we've done is we've added arrows that show what the direction is, like what word comes first. Let's see if I can. Let's try one more thing. Let's add. Let's change our header up here. So we can set our graph parameters in this. And maybe we can okay, that's a bit better. We can actually make it a bit bigger. So let's make it 12 by 10. Okay, so now you can see it quite a bit better. So as you can see, now we have a little bit more information of who's related to who. So we have geographical distribution, and it's not distribution geographical. So we have our arrows that we've put on here that tell us what word comes first and what word comes second. So we have tail feathers or wing feathers. It's not feather wing or feather tail. So it's just another way, if to determine what's important. So kind of like if it would be important in, I'm trying to think of a good situation. If you had what's a good situation on here? Let's see if we can find one. So shells C versus seashells. So shells C, so if you're shelling, like shooting rockets at the sea, right? Or like bombarding the sea, versus seashells makes more sense, right? Coast west, as in like you're going to coast towards the west, just kind of cruise towards the west, versus the west coast, which is an area. So the directionality does matter. These are kind of bad, I know. I'm just kind of in a spot where, okay, here's a good one. America South. So if it's, or like the American North, which would be like where I'm from, Michigan, right? Versus North American, which is somebody that's from the continent. You could live in Louisiana and be a North American still. So the directionality matters. That's all I'm trying to say. So anyways, so this is a cool way to do this. So if you would do this, maybe we'll get into it with the Twitter stuff and be like, look at some of these COVID words and words from related to COVID, and kind of get an idea of what people think of COVID based on Twitter. So that is it for our word combinations. We are done with that type of sentiment analysis. In the next video, we'll actually get into the Twitter stuff. So we've done unigrams, and we've done sentiment analysis, and we've done combinations of words, and we've graphed them, and we made all these data products from them, from all of Darwin. So you're probably sick of, you probably think you could, with all this analysis we did, we essentially read it, right? I wish that was that easy. So if you're watching on YouTube, please hit like, please hit subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get into some analysis of current things, like what people are saying on Twitter. And I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one.